Hey everybody, my name is Jeremiah Craig and I am here at Twin Falls, Idaho at Vickers Western Store, and I am really excited to be here because there's lots of boots. Check it out, there's so many. Man, this is such an awesome store. If you're ever near Twin Falls, Idaho, I highly recommend you stop here. Everybody's so nice. They got so many different kinds of brands, including this Twisted X boot right here. And I had never tried a Twisted X boot, and I know so many of you out there say that they are so comfortable, so I had to try one myself. So let's get into it.
I'm just here to connect ya, and then I'll be on my way.
All right, so Twisted X is known for being a budget brand that takes a lot of things from the sneaker world, like those insoles and just the way that they want to have the boot feel. They want to have that immediate comfort right when you put it on. So this is looking good. It seems to be an elephant print boot, and to really get to understand this boot, let's get straight into the rundown. This is Twisted X model number MRA006, and it features elephant print on the foot and the counter. So this is just a cowhide with an elephant look in here. You can tell it's an elephant print because it's not as grainy, as sandpaper, as coarse as real elephant is. So it is just a print, but it still looks good if you were looking for a print. And also we have it looks like a pig hide shaft. Did you say this is pig hide, Phil?
Let's have a look. Pigskin. Yeah.
On the inside, but what about the outside with those little hairs?
Yeah, that looks like a pigskin as well.
Mm-hmm.
The inside, yeah, I was having trouble seeing if it was a synthetic. It's probably a pigskin.
Okay, cool. Thank you. It stands about 11 inches tall, and it is a pigskin shaft, it looks like, and you can tell because you can see all these little perforations in here where the hairs used to be on the pig, and a really nice white and blue stitch pattern in here that's done by machine, but I love the color combinations that they chose. We also have maybe a 1 3/8 inch Stockman heel that is composite, and this is probably the best looking fake stacked leather heel that I've ever seen, because they even put even little dots in here to make it look like little imperfections that come with the leather. So if you were looking at this online, it probably would fool me. It looks real when you're just looking at it in real life until you actually touch it and be like, oh yeah, that's composite. We got a rubber outsole here with the Twisted X logo and a horseshoe heel cap, and of course we do have the brass nails alongside the shank that would be inside of this boot, hopefully anyways. And on the inside we are lined with pigskin again, and they do have a piece of fabric in here that covers up that seam. So if you are worried about that little edge in there rubbing against your ankles and potentially giving you blisters, they are trying to keep that from happening a little bit by covering up that seam. And it is also leather lined at the foot as well. Let's take a look at this insole that they got in here. They're calling it an antibacterial machine washable. So you could take this out of your boots and throw it in to the washing machine if it did get a little bit too nasty from whatever you were doing. The one thing that I am noticing here is that underneath that insole is a plastic footbed, which we usually don't see. Usually it's, if in some of the budget boots, is like a compressed cardboard or a compressed leather of some sort when they're doing this, or maybe even some do have like the foam and the leather lining on top of that foam in there. This one is just the plastic. I would be concerned of this cracking at some point just looking at it, but it would also have this insole on top of it to, you know, take away any of the shock at the same time. So you definitely don't want to wear this boot without the insole. I wouldn't imagine it being comfortable at all. This boot is also coming in at $144.99 here at Vickers Western Store in Twin Falls, Idaho. It is made in Mexico. Let's try it on and see how it looks and feels. All right, I got the Twisted X elephant print on right now, and first thing I'm noticing is that they feel a little bit small. This is an 11D, and it feels like a lot of other companies 10.5D, maybe even full size small. So just know that if you're thinking about ordering online. The round toe is a good look. It gives you a little bit more space in there. If this was a medium round, I would not be able to fit in this boot at all. It would be way too small. So I'm glad that the toe is a little bit wider because I'm able to fit in the boot a lot better. The insole feels nice. I can see why so many of you like Twisted X. It is really comfortable right from the get-go, and I can see how they might give Ariat a run for their money sometimes in some of their boots, because that arch support is just a little bit different. It's in a little bit lower of a spot, and I kind of like it there. I kind of like I've never felt the arch support in that area on any of the other insoles that I've tried, from Ariat to Boulé to Laredo or Durango or something like that. So it's nice. That print leather though is pretty stiff, so I'm not surprised. Usually it is a little bit more stiff, so this isn't a supple leather at all. It's going to take a little bit to break in, but I would also expect that, not only because it is a print, but at the price point too. So usually if you buy a boot that is in the $100 to $200 range, I would expect it to be a little bit more stiff and have a much longer break-in period. All right, so Twisted X is definitely got a lot of budget boot features. I mean, you just looking at it with this fake sort of leather stacked look, although they did a really good job making it look like real stacked leather. And also the elephant print here, they used the pigskin as the leather for the top, which isn't a bad thing. It's, you know, it can save some money so that you have boots in your budget range, and that's always a good thing. And they do have that comfortable insole in here, but that does mean in that budget range that they are going to cut some corners. So there may be things about this boot that don't last as long as, say, some traditionally made boots. That's all what you're looking for. I am not a fan of the plastic underneath the insole, that removable insole. But like I said, hopefully that insole will absorb all the shock that you give this boot so that that doesn't crack. I can't say, like I said, whether it will or it won't, because this is a quick impression video, but I just wanted to say that that's kind of on top of my mind here while doing this. And at the price point of $144.99, it is one of my concerns. So what do you guys think of Twisted X in general, and this elephant print boot model number MRA006? Let me know down in the comments. If you're ever traveling through Twin Falls, Idaho, you gotta stop here at Vickers Western Store. It is so cool. They got lots of stuff, tons of boots, tons of hats, and a bunch of Western wear, shirts, socks, you name it. You name it, and they got it here. It's such a big store. They got lots of everything. It will be a fun time. So make sure you book at least an hour to come here and look around and shop around. Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It goes a long way to helping this channel grow. I will see you guys around. Peace.
Twisted X tricks in a budget zone, which is good to know if you want to make a pair your own. Yeah, thanks for watching today. Why don't you check out this video up here about the Hondo 2026 and another Vickers in Pocatello. Or I got a music video down here that I think you might enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Yeah. Peace. Have a good one.